And we're back, guys, and for today we're going to compare Stone Cold Steve Austin's 2001 heel run to his babyface run as the top guy in the WWE. We are not going to mention any of his previous personas, heel turns, or even the 1997 1996 one because I myself am not that much familiar with that era, though I know that some storylines actually happened then, and I've heard some stories. Though, yeah, I've actually started to see clips from the WWE from the Attitude Era, so I apologize if I don't know that much when it comes to the Golden Era time. And as for today, we're going to compare the face and the heel run of Stone Cold Steve Austin in his top guy role. So Stone Cold was the definite face for every fans. He actually did what others can't, and that's to destroy their boss and get away with the consequences. Unlike in real life, well, you're going to get sued and everything. Well, in the WWE, they make it a storyline and an entertaining one. This actually started the feud between bosses and employees, which actually WWE and other companies use more often in their storylines now. When Vince McMahon was the ultimate heel because of the time that he actually screwed Bret Hart, not kayfably but in real life because of circumstances that he is going to WCW. And yeah, Vince McMahon was worried. That's why the Montreal Screwjob was happened before in 1997. And some people actually think it's a work. Some actually think it's real. So I also have a video for that. So let's go for the video. So as a babyface, Stone Cold gets reception in every arena that he goes to. He received the biggest pop even though he actually was appearing every week. And for today's standards, well, it actually happened when it's actually a huge return from a former superstar. But unlike him, when he was on the WWE or WWF by that time, every week, everyone cheers for him in his segments and even chanting Austin's name that isn't even his segment, even using his catchphrase "what" in every segment until today, which some are actually annoyed. And also when he says the beers, everything, people are actually following him as a babyface. And also as a babyface, he was actually one of the biggest sellers in the WWE. In his time, well, Austin is the most over guy in the Attitude Era. And because of this face turn the WWE made for Stone Cold, it actually gave him an edge that time. In 1997, well, Austin is a heel but not the top guy yet. But when they turned him face, he slowly and went to the top. Here's the story of Stone Cold's rise to the top as a babyface. 1997, well, he was in the mid card and then going to the top card. He won the Royal Rumble yet again in the next year, which he lastly eliminated The Rock. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then he went into WrestleMania, which actually had rivalry with DX and somehow conflicts with Vince McMahon and even Mike Tyson. So yeah, the man can't be controlled. When he won the title, Vince McMahon is angry because this guy is the absolute opposite of what he wants as the champion. And that's actually one of the biggest things why the corporation was made in 1998. to prevent Austin from winning the title, which in this time they failed. And yeah, Austin has a lot of feuds in 1998 with Mankind, with Kane, The Undertaker, and even The Rock. When Kane, a man who is willing to set himself on fire, fought Stone Cold for the championship, well, he lost the title to Kane and then regained it the next night. The pop again for Austin is big because this guy is the person that they want to be, the rebel who can destroy their boss. And then, yeah, the triple threat match happened with no winner. The Brothers of Destruction pinning Austin, and that's the new storyline for Austin, and that's to regain the title. And they had the storyline which Austin was fired and then rehired, and then he feuded with The Rock, with the corporation, and even Mankind winning the title during in the middle of this, and then Mankind as a transitional champion, and then The Rock versus Austin at WrestleMania, with Austin winning the title. And then after the rivalry, well, he started a rivalry with the corporate ministry, with The Undertaker and Shane McMahon, and then lately joined with Vince McMahon. You can't trust McMahon's in any storyline. In the first part of the storyline, Vince McMahon was a face, and then later on he was the higher power, which some of the storyline purposes doesn't make sense, but he's the chairman of the WWE, that's why they make him the higher power. And then after that storyline, well, Austin was fighting for the title, and then he became the champion. And then when he's the champion, well, it's time to push another superstar, and that is Triple H. And then Mankind win the title, and then Triple H win the title. And then Austin was out for a year. So that's then. When Austin returned, well, he fought for the title, and for this time, well, he didn't win the title that yet. Kurt Angle was the champion, The Rock defeated him, and then Austin defeated The Rock at WrestleMania 17. So The Rock lost to Austin twice in a row. And what's shocking about that match is the ultimate betrayal, and that is Austin siding with Vince McMahon, the starting his heel turn as a top guy. When he is a heel, well, he tried to make the audience boo him, but some of the arenas does not want to boo him. And like most heels, well, he made also comedic segments which actually gathered laughs. For the segment itself, he made Kurt Angle wear a small hat, and then Kurt Angle was actually singing Jimmy Crackcorn and I Don't Care, you know that segment. And then yeah, Vince McMahon was annoyed, and then their fight with the Alliance. Lately now, while Austin was actually part of the Alliance with Vince McMahon, felt betrayed by his that time rival slash best friend. And then when Austin explained that Vince McMahon doesn't appreciate him, well, Austin now as the leader of Alliance, well, he tried to destroy the WWE with Vince McMahon, but unfortunately for them, well, during the time that the final match for Team Alliance versus WWE, I think it's either the Alliance pay-per-view, I forgot, Invasion or Survivor Series. Well, the WWE wins against the Alliance, and then later on, well, yeah, WWE actually formed a match to have an undisputed champion. And then after that thing with the Alliance, Austin turned face for the rest of his career. When he turned face, well, two matches for the WCW and the WWE Championship happened, in which Jericho is still bragging to this day, and that's he defeated Austin and The Rock at the same night. And how did he learn this? via an interview with Vince McMahon actually laughing about it, thinking about Jericho as the champion, and that's the way Chris Jericho actually learned that he's going to be the undisputed champion. So yeah, Chris Jericho shoot about it. And then for the next rivalry, well, Austin feuded with Jericho, Booker T for 2001 and 2002 until they met NWO, in which Austin versus Hogan was supposed to happen, but because of the egos of the players, well, let's say that because of backstage politics, and Hulk Hogan doing things on his terms, that's why the match never could at WrestleMania 18, and Austin fought Scott Hall with that amazing sell by Hall in the end of the match to the stunner by jumping backwards, and it's actually, I think, one of the best sells by the stunner, either that or the Rock sell to the Stone Cold Stunner. So after that rivalry, well, Austin still focused on NWO, Ric Flair turning heel, and then he left. He left for 2002 because he had differences with creative. So in that time also he walked out. People are actually asking, is this a work? A scripted thing? Is it real? So the WWE actually addressed this as a real situation, with Austin turning his back on the WWE that time. And actually, well, it's because of the creative differences, that's why Austin did this. But unlike CM Punk, who actually walked out because of also the creative differences, Austin returned just for last two matches. I think one is with Eric Bischoff and one with The Rock, putting The Rock over at WrestleMania in his final match, in which people does not know that time that it was actually his last match. And then Austin retired. So comparisons of his runs as both heel and babyface, Austin suit better as a babyface because you will see this guy who represented what you want to be in your office, what the type of rebel you want to be. Though I'm not encouraging my viewers to be rebels by their own right, but it's his character that makes him special from the other characters, and the uniqueness because they did this on a good time, because Vince McMahon by the time got the greatest hit of all time, and that's screwing Bret Hart, and people are actually angry towards him and they despise him also with Shawn Michaels that time. And then Austin feuded with the two, that's why people are supporting him during that time. Austin as a babyface, well, he has a lot of memories as a babyface. When you think about him as a babyface, you will think about the beer bat, you will think about the beers, you will think about time that he is actually stunning the entire McMahon family. From Vince McMahon to Linda McMahon to Shane McMahon, even Stephanie McMahon, and even fighting a lot of fields such as Triple H, who was the biggest hit in 2000s, The Rock in 1998, even guys like The Undertaker, who put him over as a heel in 1999 and also as a babyface in 1998, and even all of their encounters. I never seen that much that The Undertaker was put over by Austin. It was actually Austin was put over by The Undertaker in most of their matches because they're building him as the top star. And if you think about it, well, he ain't like Cena or Hogan, who's actually family friendly as the top babyface, and instead, because of his character, well, people turned to love him and didn't turn on him. He didn't receive that much boost, unlike the two mentioned baby faces and also Roman Reigns. When they are the baby faces of their own right, while they have this kid-friendly formula and female something to gather with. When you think about Hulk Hogan, you will think about the vitamins. When you think about John Cena, you will think about the "you can't see me" taunt. When you think about Roman Reigns, you will think about the spear and the Superman punch. And then his theme song, which actually was never changed until now, the Shield theme song, and even Ambrose was not in the company anymore. But because of that song, some fans actually reminded of Dean Ambrose, who people actually compared to Austin but not quite there yet. So people are actually comparing people to Austin's level, such as Dean Ambrose before, and even Becky Lynch, and a lot of baby faces at the time, but no one can actually have the status as Stone Cold because of the character's creativity. When Becky Lynch has the man character, unlike Austin, well, she got booed in her half of the time that she's actually doing her run. While people are actually typing that she is stale, a lot of this, a lot of that. While in Austin's case, well, they are just cheering for him and every night and having this face turn for much longer than anyone. So he is actually a babyface from half of 1997 up to half of 2001. And yeah, that's 4 years if you think about it, as a babyface and not turning heel even once in that 4 year time and then turning heel yet again. Well, it's actually amazing that people are still craving for you and cheering for you, even though we know Austin was actually gone for a few months because of his injuries. But yeah, it's actually also an added factor for the pop. But yeah, when you see him, you will see the cheers. You will hear the cheers from the crowd getting up when they hear the glass shatters. So that's it for today's video, and that is for the comparison of heel versus babyface Stone Cold Steve Austin. And did you like this video? And also, I'm gonna make a compilation of heel versus babyface of one's wrestler. And I'm also thinking about this video on the Big Show. But yeah, if I made the Big Show one, I will not elaborate on each of his heel turns and face turns because it's too many. And yeah, I'm just gonna discuss about what are the changes between of his character and not all of them, because I think it will reach like 30 minutes or maybe longer. So yeah, that's for today's video, and I hope you like it. And this is Mike Rato, and subscribe for more videos, and also click on the bell to stay notified. Like this video, share this video, and comment down below. And also, don't forget to not skip the ads. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.